Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Brent McGrath, and I'm the host of Talks and Discussions, What Matters and What Doesn't Matter. And today we have an expert, and this guy's an expert in something called Body Sims. It uses scalar waves and quantum energy to provide the body tools to heal itself. Joaquin, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, Brent. I'm great. I'm great. I'm grateful for this opportunity because I know that through your channel, this information can go to the person that may need it. So I'm truly grateful for that.
I'm grateful that you're here too. So, Joaquin, can you tell us about your background?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'm an electromechanical engineer, but in order to explain better why am I here or more about my background, I need to go further. For example, where I was born. I was born in Mexico City, and I'm the son of a mother that is a nurse and the son of a father that is a doctor. It's a medical that used to work with doing autopsies. So I spent my childhood on hospitals and in the autopsy room.
Yeah.
I spent my childhood there, so I'm really close to the hospitals and that kind of uh, system area.
Yeah.
And I remember that when I was a child, I was really, really easy to get ill. When
Okay.
I was born at 2 months old, I got bronchitis,
Yeah.
and I was almost dead. Then I was allergic to the sun. I was short. I was fat, and I started to use glasses. I was really, really delicate. My skin was really delicate. So when I started to doing karate, practicing karate, I'm a black belt of karate. I That was my first approaches to the meditation.
Okay.
So when I became a black belt, I get rid of the allergy to the sun. I can even use no sunblock, and I don't have the sunburst. Imagine that. That's crazy because I was so delicate in the past, and that was my first approach of what that it's something else out there. For example, my mom, my dad used to tell me that even though they were into this hospital environment, they didn't give me any medicine because they knew that taking medicine can give me side effects.
Okay.
So the less medicine that I could take, the better. Only with food, only they followed what Hippocrates said that let your food be your medicine. So they trained me like that, and then they raised me with these kind of principles. So me as I was thinking, and my whole family was thinking that because I was in the hospital my whole childhood and these autopsy rooms, and I was really curious about that because I saw the organs and I saw the bodies, well, the corpses.
Yes.
Everybody thought that I was going to be a doctor or something related to the health industry and or work in a hospital. But no, I'm also curious about the technology, and I was also well, I'm still curious about what is coming next. I use well, here in Mexico, the show, it's called the Supersonics, and the technology, the robots, and the vehicles. So I was really curious how the machines work.
Okay.
So when it comes to the idea of choosing what is going to be my major, I didn't think twice in selecting something related to machines,
Okay.
something related to engineering, and that now that I remember, I was in second grade school. I was 7 years old, and I knew that machines and technology was my way in the years to come.
Okay.
So, but my whole life, my whole childhood, I was doing practicing karate, practicing then on the high school, and I started to practicing football, soccer. Then on the college, I started to practicing boxing. I practiced box for 8 years, then the weightlifting for another 5 years. So the sports and the health, the healthy lifestyle came along my whole life.
Okay.
And that was a pivotal moment when I realized that the body was not only this physical body. It was I was when I was 18 years old, and I got so really stressed, but I was so healthy in that time. I slept 9 hours. I practiced my boxing, well, exercise, everything, my diet with the
Mm-hmm.
nutrition in that, and I got hospitalized because of gastroenteritis,
Oh,
because
interesting.
I was so stressed, and I was like, I couldn't understand that. So
Okay.
that's my background. I was really close to this uh, hospitals environment, this medicine environment,
Mm-hmm.
and also to this different perspective, because I was a black belt karate practitioner, and there's a true box, true exercise, true good diet, becoming from a really delicate child to a
Mm-hmm.
strong person
Right.
that it's no longer allergic to the sun. So I got these two point of views.
Mm-hmm.
And also, while that, I was a mechanical engineer, an electromechanical engineer.
Yeah, that's leading into my second question. So, how did an electric mechanical engineer end up working with the body in alternative medicine?
Well, that's really curious, because, like I told you, I am a black belt. So since I was 5 years old, something like that, close to that age, my sensei used to tell me about the mind, more powerful of the over the body.
Mm-hmm.
He taught me how to meditate, and then I realized at that age that I was able to overcome that allergic to the sun, that I was allergic to the sun,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt that really really powerful about it. And then with the nutritionist and changing my diet, because I gained weight at the elementary school,
Mm-hmm.
going to the with the nutritionists and doing exercise, I lost all the weight, and I started to live in a more healthy lifestyle. Then when I get the 17 years old, I got the moment when I had my first approach to the stress.
Okay.
And that was a really pivotal moment of my life. Like I told you, I got stressed, but I was really, really healthy, even though I ended up on the hospital with gastroenteritis,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't understand it. So when I started the college at 18, 17, close to 18 years old, I started with gastritis. That was the leftover of that gastroenteritis that I've been hospitalized with.
Mm-hmm.
And that gastritis, I remember that if I skipped one meal, oh my stomach burned, and I was burning from inside out. Oh, a really painful experience of myself. And a friend of mine, he was the friend that introduced me to the gym, to this weightlifting,
Mm-hmm.
told me that his father, he's a cardiologist, and he was recommended with a supplement,
Mm-hmm.
and a really powerful antioxidant, a really powerful anti-inflammatory, and he told me that this may help me
Okay.
to reduce the symptoms of that gastritis. And I told him, okay, let's try it. And it was a fruit, a super fruit
Mm-hmm.
juice. It was a juice. But you know what? I have tried a lot of. I have tried a lot of different medicines, Riopan, omeprazole, and I don't know how many medicines I took, and none of them took away the gastritis.
Mm-hmm.
Only calmed down the symptoms, but not took them away. And for the months, the gastritis get a little bit worse
Mm-hmm.
when I took more and more and more medicine to reduce my symptoms of that gastritis. the next month, all the symptoms get worse.
Mm-hmm.
So I start to create more. I became more dependent to the pills.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So when I started using this juice and they introduced me to this supplement, I was like, you know what? Let's give it a try. I have tried a lot of pills and none of them work for me. Let's give it a try.
Okay.
And for my surprise, in 1 month, I get rid of that gastritis. And I was like, wow, with these superfruits and another perspective of medicine with no pills at all, with no drugs,
Mm-hmm.
only fruits, something more natural.
Right.
So I get really interested with. And I ask him how how is that even possible that a juice that the supplement was able to take out my gastritis. I couldn't even believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, you know what? It's because there is another industry besides of the medicine, besides of the drugs, besides of the pills, and it's the alternative medicine. You should take a look of for example, the superfruits. You should take a look of the herbulary and all that stuff. So I started to get more interested about alternative medicine because my whole life I was into the workout, into gyms, into exercise and diet,
Mm-hmm.
into health, and then start to look more about alternative medicine. And at 18 years old, I started to work
Okay.
at sales of supplements.
Okay.
So, well, while I was studying my major, because like I told you, I really into technology and developments and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I started to work as a salesman of these supplements of superfruits and antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. And because I was part of a sales group, they gave me trainings of sales, of emotional intelligence, financial intelligence, oratory,
Mm-hmm.
and the most important ones were more about the body because
Okay.
we were selling something that has to do with health and with the
Mm-hmm.
body.
Yeah.
So I start to getting more curious and more interested about the body and why the illness come to body. And when the years pass, along with my major, I start to get more and more intense um, workshops
Mm-hmm.
about emotions, thoughts, and how those two affect the body
Okay.
in terms of healing, in terms of health. And I was really curious about, and also I became more passionate about because in that era of 18 years old to 22, 23 years old that I was in college, I was
Mm-hmm.
working all those years. It was not only me that get rid of the gastritis. A lot of people, hundreds, even thousands of people, start to get rid of their problems, their
Mm-hmm.
conditions through alternative medicine. I even worked in Mexico City. There is a hospital that it's called Centro Médico.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really huge hospital, and we start to working in oncopediatria. That is the oncology area
Mm-hmm.
part
Okay.
area of but for childs.
Mm-hmm.
It's oncopediatria.
Yeah.
And we started using all the supplements that we used to sell with these childs along with the chemotherapy, and we start to see that these childs that took our supplements didn't lose their hair, even
Mm-hmm.
though they start to grow their hair because with this chemotherapy, you know that these patients lost their hair and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Also, their blood levels were at their best,
Mm-hmm.
and they start to overcome the cancer.
That's good.
So of course I was so passionate about because I knew for sure that once that I met a person and give them the follow-up with the supplements we sell, and if this person was able to took them for a couple months, there was a really, really huge probability
Mhm.
that they may reduce the symptoms of their conditions or even get rid of it. So I became, like I said, really passionate about helping people to heal. So those 5 years were about that. But the final years that I was with this sales team, they
Mhm.
give us a lot of trainings of they're no longer of sales, no longer of leadership, no longer of emotional intelligence. They start to focus more on this spiritual development, about energies, about frequencies,
Mhm.
and the relationship between the emotions, thoughts, and the body.
Okay.
And with all those workshops, I start to understand the root of the cancer, the root of all illnesses in the body, more on a deeper way.
Mhm.
Not only because you eat hamburgers and soda the whole day. No, 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 no. It's more on a deeper way, more on an emotional way. For example, when I started to work with kids,
Mhm.
I realized that the kid there was like a common thing with all the kids that we started to work with. There were problems that they had problems on their families.
Mhm.
The mom and dad get fight all the time, and or for example problems with the cousins, everything. But there was family problems are surrounding them,
Mhm.
and we start to realizing that, of course, that environment has to do something with this illness, with this the cancer or leukemia.
Right.
And when these trainings, when these workshops come to my life, I start to understand that I know now why a person gets so freaked out when the doctor told them, you know what, you have cancer, because it's like a death sentence. Because allopathic medicine it's so limited, they they only see the body as a body, flesh and bone, but
Mhm.
we are more of that. We are energy, we are emotions, we are thoughts, we are soul.
Mhm.
And with those workshops of frequencies, energy, and thoughts and everything,
Mhm.
I started to realize that there has to be something more. I when I used to sell those supplements, I not only sell the supplement and you have to take it like this, blah, blah. No, I give them the follow-up and go with them along the way as a support, as emotional support. Some of my friends of the college thought that I was like a psychologist
Mhm.
because I was with all the person all the way along the healing process. Give it
Right.
the support. No? And then my era with this sales team ended,
Mhm.
but this technology came.
Okay.
And this technology came here with this phrase, these new body sims, this new technology, a wearable technology using quantum physics, in the realm of quantum physics, using quantum energy, frequencies, vibrations to better heal the body. And I remember that in one of the conventions that I went, I remember the author or the speaker in that convention. He
Mhm.
was a scientist that explained us. We are Please do not see the body only as a flesh and bone. Start to see the body as a body of energy compounded by different frequencies, by different waves, because what you see around yourself, it's the all the atoms, all the subparticles coming together and vibrating, and that vibrations create frequencies, and that frequencies carries information, and that information, it's your mind receive it and interprets and creates your world, because that's the information that the mind is receiving. So what you are seeing, it's a bunch of frequencies. Your
Okay.
body is the same.
Right. 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 So.
And I was like, wow, that's amazing. So when they come with this technology,
Mhm.
working with frequencies, vibrations, and energy, of course, it has everything to do with what this speaker and different speakers said on that convention.
Right.
And that's when that's the joint point. That's the hook
Mm-hmm.
between the health, what I have practiced for since I started the college, when I
Mm-hmm.
started to sell a salesman of supplements,
Right.
and the technology, because I love technology. I'm a mechanical engineer. Even my major gave me the opportunity to understand better because of the I received classes of electromagnetism in my major. I received electronics, a different kind of physics
Mm-hmm.
that give me the fundamentals to understand better this technology. And I knew, okay, health, technology coming together in this wearable technology. And that's how I ended up, because I've been here since 18 years old, since I was 18 years old, healing
Mm-hmm.
people. And I see this as a really powerful tool to heal people better, or at least reduce their symptoms way faster than I was used to with the supplements.
Okay. So I can see that you're really passionate about the body sims that you're talking about, and that's something that has propelled you forward in your career, and you're going to continue down this path. So can you tell us what kind of conditions that you've worked on with the body sims and what kind of results that you've come across?
Sure. Look, with the body sims, uh, I've been here for 4 years, almost a little bit more than 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we started with the easiest one. We have, well, in that time there was only 9 of them. Now we have 12. With those 9, the most famous, the most loved one here in Mexico, it's called weight management.
Mm-hmm.
It's to improve the digestion system, to better assimilate nutrients, and also get rid of all the toxins of the body. In that case, following that line, you will be able to reduce sugar levels, the blood pressure, and reduce triglycerides, cholesterol, and fat.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
if you are reducing all those, you will lose weight. So here in Mexico, and everybody loving tacos,
Right.
you know what? With this technology, get rid of that fat. Oh my goodness, that will be the most amazing results, and then that will increase the sales too. So this that's how we started. But let me give you just a quick explanation of how this technology works. Like I
Okay.
told you, this is energy, this is frequency, this is vibrations that sends message to the body. Mhm. And
Mm-hmm.
that messages flows through this ancient meridian system called acupuncture.
Mm-hmm.
So this meridian system travels, these channels of energy travels along the body, and that messages that this technology, this body sims has,
Mm-hmm.
all that data flows through that channels, and so every cell of your body can receive that information.
Okay.
And from that level, we are changing the way your body vibrates. So if you change how your body vibrates, you will change how your body behave.
Okay.
And that so because of that, your body, if your body behaves in a better way, that means that your health can improve in a better way.
Okay.
Okay, so the company developed these 12 different body sims because they have different shapes, they have different frequencies in order to deliver the message to the body, to the different systems, different organs of the body with the correct frequency in order to tune the body into the right frequency.
Okay.
So, following theory,
Mm-hmm.
I remember that I came with the director and I explained her that, okay, if you are working on the vibration of the body, you are changing how the body vibrates. That means that when I got the flu, the vibration of my body changes. So when I have this technology, that will change the vibration of my body, and that means that I will get rid of the flu. And she told me yes. or at least reduce the symptoms. But theoretically, yes. So that means with any kind of illness, your body will change his vibration, her vibration. Yes. And this technology had that correct vibration? Yes. So that means that this technology can cure any disease? And she told me, yes. Theoretically, yes, because we are going to the root of the problem.
Okay.
So, well, that's theoretically.
Mm-hmm.
In the practice, it's way different. Well, I'm an engineer. I know that theory is one thing, practice is another.
Right.
Every person is different background, emotional background, different habits. And this technology, the first obstacle with this technology, at least here in Mexico, it's that people need to drink water. This technology uses water as a conductive vehicle and also to move all the toxins out of the system. Now, if the person uses this technology and also drink the water, and also this technology is as a battery, this technology endure at the body between 3 to 5 days. In some cases, they can last even for a week, and so you have to replace them and use them for 3 months at least. You will see a significant difference on your symptoms, or even get rid of the illness.
Mm-hmm.
So the director told me there are some people that may not commit 100% to change them during the water or hold for the at least 3 months. So we cannot promise that you will get rid of you will heal completely, because I don't have control over the person.
Okay.
So with this idea, with this chat with the director, wow, it totally blew my mind. So I started to use them. Like I told you, with the most common ones, people losing weight
Mm-hmm.
here in Mexico. And we start to sell this body weight management like fresh bread coming out of the oven.
Yeah.
Because only drinking water get rid of the fat. Wow. Like wow, that the brand new technology. Give me one, give me 2 cases, give me 3 cases. I cannot get rid of this belly.
Yeah.
So we start to see more and more and more and more people losing weight, losing weight, losing weight. But I remember that there was a time that a person close to me, a parent of mine,
Mm-hmm.
told me, you know what? It's been a while that I haven't took my blood pressure pill, and I have my blood pressure stabilized. And then another person came to me that, you know what? It's been a while that I haven't took the metformin for the diabetes pill, or even got my shots of insulin. And more people start to coming well with this weight management,
Mm-hmm.
with the blood pressure, with the pills to reduce the triglycerides or the cholesterol, or even persons that, you know what, it's been a while that I don't have gastritis or the colitis
Mm-hmm.
symptoms. It's crazy. Or I can go more times to the bathroom to poop with ease.
Yeah.
And I started to realize that I think that's only the tip of the iceberg. There was more thing about that. And I started to test, it's test, to test this technology in more serious conditions, for example, diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
Using this body weight management and the other ones of performance, combining together, to see what happens if the person have 300 of sugar levels. What happens? And also started to use it with diabetic people that lost their sight because they got the cataratas. How do you say that, please?
Cataracts.
Cataracts
Yes.
because of the diabetes, or maybe when they got the malfunction of the kidneys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to testing the body symptoms in that kind of cases. first with the diabetes, because it's really common here in Mexico, and the results were mesmerizing. People with cataracts start to improve their vision, and even when they lost the vision, they start to getting it back, the vision, in the first month.
Okay.
The kidneys, they were completely gone, and the kidneys start to work again. And then we start to facing that the blood sugar levels start to reduce and stabilize in levels of between 100 and 120, that the normal levels are, without the metformin, without the insulin, without it's metformina, givenclamida is the other medicine.
Okay.
And so, you know what? Wow, for diabetes, it's amazing. And we have a person here in Guadalajara that shared his experience with us. It was the first one that we helped with diabetes in Guadalajara. That the doctors and he himself believes that he has no longer diabetes. Of course, this technology opens a new way of treating diabetes, because in my personal experience, diabetes is incurable. But this person, it's the first one, so I'm like, wow, I think we are facing something great here. And then we are starting to using this technology for arthritis, because painkillers, it's really, really common to take here in Mexico. I know that in the US too. So we start to using one that it's called performance and discomfort. That means that send a signal to the body, so the body start to create the anti-inflammatories and analgesics and place them where the body sim is placed. So the whole area will start to be surrounded by these anti-inflammatories and analgesics.
Okay.
And that means that with these persons with arthritis, with these sciatic problems, you place this technology, and the whole area, it's surrounded by these analgesic and anti-inflammatories, so the pain is reduced. And that means that the painkiller pills and analgesic pills, the person start to reduce the intake. And that was amazing too. And then we started to testing this technology with cancer, and the results were also mesmerizing. When I was in the other sales team selling supplements, I treated myself 10 people with metastasis, stage 4 of different kind of cancers: lung, brain, breast, stomach, pancreas, and a lot of different kind of cancers, even leukemia.
Okay.
And I saw the improvement in 6 months, 1 year approximately.
Okay.
But a really, really nice improvement. But with this technology, what I saw is that we were able to see an improvement at the first week,
Oh,
and in
great.
some cases in 2 days. So
That's
the
amazing.
question is, why? Why am I see a really significant difference with this technology according to cancer? And this is the explanation. If we see the body only as a body of flesh and bone, it may not make sense. But if you start to look the body as an energetic body, probably it will make sense. Because as a mechanical engineer, I know that when it comes to voltage, the higher voltage, the higher electrical energy. What happens with the body? The body produces. It's like a battery. Voltage, amperes, Teslas. That means that it's a magnetic field also surrounding us.
Right.
So I started to look further, to look up, investigating this perspective of the body as an electrical circuit.
Right.
And I found that different authors says that every cell it's a battery
Okay.
working. Let's put a number: 110 millivolts. That's the healthy voltage that a single cell has to have. But when it comes to cancer, there is in some way this loss of energy,
Okay.
because this cancer cell, it's working at 40 millivolts.
Mm-hmm.
And that means if you have a lower voltage, you have a lower energy
Mm-hmm.
from an electrical point of view.
Right.
In the body, in this energy point of view, if you have a higher voltage, you will have a higher energy. If you have a lower voltage, you will have a lower energy.
Mm-hmm.
So this technology uses quantum energy, frequencies and energy, those terms, delivering this electromagnetic electromagnetic wave to the body, giving all this information. But the important thing is the quantum energy, because it's
Right.
giving energy to the body. So we are energizing the cells of the body with this technology, increasing that voltage of work.
Mm-hmm.
But that can be done when once you place them in your body. That's why we are looking for improvements in days or even weeks or days.
Right.
Mhm. Because we are energizing those cells, we are energizing the body, we are giving the energy that it's lack of. Because breast cancer, endometriosis, carcinomas, leukemias, brain cancer, lung cancer, I think that's the ones that we have treated. The results are amazing. I remember that the first person with cancer that we treated, it was a person with a maxillofacial carcinoma. Here he had a tumor here on his
Okay.
jaw,
Mm-hmm.
but 3 years before he had a tumor on his eyeball.
Okay.
So the doctor needs to take out the eyeball.
Ooh, yes.
So now 3 years later, now the tumor is here, and he wanted to take out now the jaw. We use this example because if you see the body only as a flesh and bone, you will only put the knife and take out stuff.
Right.
You only getting rid of the symptom, but you are not getting to the root of the symptom.
Mm-hmm.
That means that in the future you will have the symptom again because you are not dealing with the root. That's why the cancer comes back in a years later. Well,
Right.
in this case, the cancer came back now here on his jaw, and and the doctor wanted to take out the jaw. Imagine alive without jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Alive without the eye, it's like wow, that's hard. But now without the jaw, he was after that only Gerber,
Yeah.
only IV, I think so.
Yeah. Liquid food.
Yeah, liquid food only. No. Imagine no longer eating tacos. So this person come to us looking for another alternative,
Right.
and we explained, well, let's see, this is a brand new technology, and the theory says that this may help you, but let's give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
We put them. 1 week later, his face, his body changed, because I don't know if you know a person with cancer and that has come to chemotherapies. It's gray. The person is totally gray,
Okay.
no energy, thin. Well, this person in 1 week, he was with these cheeks turned red. He was totally energized, happy, smiling, with energy to go to do. Well, he's a veterinarian, so he traveled a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine giving this person his lifestyle back.
Right.
And with this, it was only 1 week. But 3 months later, he was treating himself in the Instituto Nacional de Cancerología, a really important hospital here in Mexico City. Well, here in
Mm-hmm.
Mexico, and it's in Mexico City. 3 months later, he do the cancer cells levels.
Mm-hmm.
The indicators were negative. He was totally get rid of the cancer in 3 months, and
That's
he was the
amazing.
first one.
Right.
It's been because we started with this person at the end of December of 2017. It's now April 2021, and he's totally fine. He's well, because of the pandemics, he don't travel that
Mm-hmm.
much now,
Right. Mm-hmm.
but he's fine. He just did his blood test last month, and he's totally clean. with no cancer at all.
So
He's
what?
no longer.
Yeah. So what I understand then is that when you put these Sims on the body, they send positive waves in, and they take the negative waves out, so they increase your body energy, right? Or your
Yes,
body frequency.
yes,
Okay.
yes, and that root of, well, like I told you, this new technology gives us the, not only to see the body as a flesh and bone,
Mm-hmm.
it gives you the opportunity to see the body as a energy, as a emotion, as a mental, as a soul body,
Right.
the spiritual body. Mhm. So this is very important. Every thought that we have, every emotion that we have, comes with a frequency, and that frequency affects the body. That's why your thoughts and your emotions can affect your body directly. They can affect your biochemistry.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have a technology that works through the body, through the frequency and the vibration, that means that we are working, fighting the root of the illness.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Right.
So yes, we are sending these positive vibes, if you want to say that in a sort of way,
Yeah.
and taking all the negative vibes because we are vibrating in a negative way. That's why we have that illness, and that comes to cancer, and then we use them through lupus, fibromyalgia, Parkinson, Alzheimer, dementia,
Mm-hmm.
even mental illnesses like depression, schizophrenia, because everything has to do with energy and frequencies.
Right.
Like Nikola Tesla used to say, you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibrations. That's this what this technology does.
Okay. So what do you see in the years to come with this new technology?
What I see, for example, right now, the more and more people are getting more aware about the side effects of the pills and
Right.
this pharmaceutical industry. I experienced myself that the more drugs I take in order to reduce my gastritis, the more gastritis I get.
Yeah.
That's nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's my personal experience with the only pills that I took in my life.
Right.
But I know that there are more people that it's getting realized that the more hard pills they get, the more kidney problems they get,
Mm-hmm.
or liver problems, or for example, when I used to work with people with chemotherapy and cancer,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't die. Most of them, they didn't die because of the chemotherapy. They died because they got a flu, because the chemotherapy killed all his white cells,
Yeah.
suppressed their immune system. So more and more people are getting more aware about, you know what? I think the pharmaceutical, I think they are not inside the side of us. It's not in our side, on our side.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I even hear comments like, you know what? I think they only try to maintain us buying more and more of their medicine. They don't give us the response. So I see now a society that is more aware about their health and looking for different alternatives.
Right.
Mhm. And the founder of this company explained us that this technology came with the idea to create a new era of medicine. There was the traditional medicine, the acupuncture, the herbulary that our ancestors used to use,
Mm-hmm.
Reiki, and all that stuff.
Right.
Now it's really, really ancient, but it's so powerful that it's in our days.
Right.
Mhm. Well, then it comes the allopathic medicine. Louis Pasteur with the put the fundamentals of this allopathic medicine,
Mm-hmm.
and then the whole miracles of medicine, machines, surgeries, well, the machine surgeries and everything that it's
Right.
come to medicine. That's called the modern medicine.
Mm-hmm.
But with this new era, with this new technology, we are initiating the energetic medicine.
Right.
More and more people, it's using the terms of, you know what, the vibe of that person, I don't like that vibe. Or, you know what, the vibe of this room, I don't like it too. Vibe, energy. those were words of this new age hippie 70s era. With this famous song of the Aquarius, that's of the 70s.
Yes.
The very new age, metaphysical, hocus pocus. But more and more people are getting used to it. And also, they are more familiarized to that kind of terms. So with this technology, I can see that this company with this technology is leading that energetic medicine, is leading that human evolution too, because it's a new way of thinking.
Right.
Like Buckminster Fuller said, do not fight against the system. Better create a new one that makes the old one looks obsolete.
Makes sense.
Now, that's what we are looking for, to present this technology that there are other alternatives that doesn't come with those side effects that may harm the body, for example, the chemotherapies or the pills and all that stuff. So that this technology can give the body the environment to better heal itself. So that is what we are looking for. That's what I see. People looking for different alternatives, no longer only with the pills, but also complementing that, how to say, that treatment with energetic, with herbal, with other different other things. In my personal case, now that I know this technology for these 4 years, what I have seen these couple of years, I really, really appreciate this technology. I'm so grateful to have this on my hands, and also I'm so grateful to deliver this message to the people in order to help them, to give them a possibility, to give them hope. What I see in this technology is the opportunity for those people out there that the allopathic medicine told them, you know what, there's everything, that's all we can do for you. You have only 3 to 6 months more of living. Now, I know for sure that with this technology, there might be a chance for a better lifestyle, improve their symptoms, or better say, reduce those symptoms. So that's what I see with this technology. A hope, as a tool. Mhm. In the years to come. And I know that in a few years, everyone will have this technology based on their bodies. Instead of taking the pills, instead of taking the hard pills, they can be using the hard sims, for example. Instead in the woman or the male that really addicted to Botox and all the aesthetical medicine, well, they can use the facial sims to improve the production of elastin and all the polypeptides needs to get your skin more youthful, more youthful,
Yes. Softer
and
and
you can
more
look
flexible.
younger.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for coming on tonight, because you've given us a lot of information. And I'm sure there's lots of people out there who will be really curious about your body sims and your quantum physics and how all that stuff works. Oops.
No, thanks to you for the opportunity, and all this is an invitation for everybody. If you want to know more, please, we
Yeah.
are here to serve you. We
Okay.
are here to serve you, and also,
Yeah, I'll make sure that I put your information down below and at the back and the front, so people know who you are and can get a hold of you, because this is very important information for everybody to know.
thank you very much. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and hope this video may help a lot of people.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Take care. Okay. Thanks very much for coming.
Thank you very much, and have a good night, afternoon, or at whatever time you're looking at this video.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Brent.